Good morning. It is such a great day to have synchronicity, and I am so excited to be joined by a part of the collective consciousness, Miss Sharice Austin. And this month, we have been talking about relationships, the relationship with your partners, the relationship with yourself. And now we are going to jump in and take a deeper dive in having a sense of community and the relationship that you can have with community. So I am so excited to be joined by Mrs. Austin, who is going to tell us all about the Wives Club, their mission, how she built this community. And I want to introduce her now. Good morning.
Great morning. How are you?
I am amazing. I'm so humble that you took some time out to join us and educate us today. So let's jump right in. You ready?
Thank you. First of all, the pleasure is all mine. I'm so honored to be invited. So thank you so much. And the space that you create here is fantastic and absolutely useful and has a place. So thank you for letting me give a contribution to it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. So let us jump in and tell us about the Wives Club.
And the Wives Club, goodness gracious, that sitting around having separate conversations with maybe three or four of my married women friends
Mhm.
of just three or four different wives, and they're all at different stages in their marriage, and they were just saying how they were having some difficulty in their marriage, but the reality was it's not that they were having issues with their spouse; they just needed more support,
Mm,
and the type of support that they needed, their spouse wasn't able to give them that, but I can. And
mhm,
not only can I do it, but other women can do it. So if
mhm,
you just need more encouragement that you're doing a great job as a mom, if you just need a little more, if you just need a space that you can share your thoughts without having those thoughts answered, as
mhm.
some spouses tend to kind of hear, oh, I wish I had more of this, and then they'll go and do it. And it's like, I didn't ask you to do it. I just wanted you to listen. I realized that we can do that for each other. The reality is that we've always done that for each other. We've always had community. Wives have always stuck together. It's always been the women in the community that really, really held things down while the men went out and handled the business. But it was the wives that came together to make sure that we were encouraging, supporting, and uplifting each other. But then some other things happened. Some other things happened in society to kind of tear that down to where we have this individualistic mindset. I have to do it all myself. I have to fix this all myself. I have to be in control of this. I have to do this. We have got this individualistic mindset, which I believe was an indoctrination to divide us.
Yeah.
But once we come together, I am positive that we'll be able to resume that community that we had, being able to support, uplift, and encourage each other as women and as wives, and then that will have a greater impact on our homes.
Okay. I
So
love
that's the mission. That's it. That's all we do is we encourage, support, and uplift. That's what we do. You asked me for a mission, and I said I don't have one, but that's what I came up with. Encourage,
yes.
uplift, and support. That's what we do.
Encourage, uplift, and support. And that is so important when we think about women, right? Especially women of color, right? Having that space where we are not catty, where we're not against each other, where we don't look at each other as competition, but look at each other as sisters. And having a space and a place to support, uplift, and encourage is something definitely that is missing in our space. So I love that. I'm so in love with that. Tell me, what made you begin the Wives Club?
Just having those conversations with women, just having those conversations with my wife friends, with my friends that are wives, realizing that we all have the same issues. It
Mhm,
wasn't anything specific that happened, that like anything that was going on in her marriage was so like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. But it was, oh yeah, girl, yeah, no. What you going through is the same thing that another one of my friends is going through. We need to come together.
mhm,
We need to
mhm,
come together. We don't have to deal with our individual marriages and our individual settings. we can come together as women and bring not the issues of our marriage, but bring the concerns of our
Mm.
marriage here from wives, because respectfully, a woman that is in a relationship is very, very different than a wife.
Yes.
A woman that is engaged is very
Mm.
different than a wife. And I'm not saying those things are any less important. They're not. You have to be in a relationship and get engaged, and then you'll be a wife, right?
Yeah.
But when you don't have an exit plan,
Hmm.
when you have it officially connected your everything to this individual, to where the exit plan is going to cost a hell of a lot of money, a hell of a lot of time, a hell of a lot of hurt. That's very different. So I can only wives can advise wives. That's what I believe. I
Okay.
think that wives can properly advise wives, because
Hmm.
if you're not in my exact shoes, you really, the level of commitment when you're married makes things very different. I could curse my boyfriend out, my
Mm.
man, my fiance. I could curse him, his mama, his whole family out. They ain't nothing but this. He ain't
Hmm.
nothing but that for them, and that's my husband.
Yeah.
I got to
Yeah.
be real careful with how I talk about him and how I talk to him. And one of the things I also encourage that we do in the Wives Club is celebrate our spouses, because
Mm.
that is one thing that Black women do not do. We do not celebrate our spouses
Talk
in
about
front
this.
of other women.
Mm.
We are terrified that we are terrified that she may hear something that she like, and then she's going to try to. We encourage and we support, we uplift, encourage, support, and uplift, but we really do go into celebrating our spouse. This is what my husband did for me.
Hmm.
This is what he did. This is what's amazing about him. This is what's fantastic about my marriage.
Hmm.
And sometimes when women get together, we can just cluck and complain. But no, let's celebrate. Let me tell you what he did,
Yes.
girl. That not only that, but also to we just don't sit in circles and celebrate our spouses and sing their praises. And there's
Hmm.
different psychological reasons for that. You're the professional, but we have to we have to be in a space where we're used to saying all the wonderful things about our spouses instead of just complaining. So we have a 5 minute vent session. You get 5 minutes to vent. You're on a timer. You want to complain, you got 5 minutes to get that out. And then we're moving forward into celebrating our marriages, celebrating our spouses, and supporting each other.
Yeah. This sounds polar opposite than what we see in the media as far as I don't want to call out any type of reality show, but there are
Mhm.
reality shows that have wives at the end of it. And what you see is a lot of cursing, cattiness, fighting, throwing drinks, a whole lot of nonsense, right? And so that is what um, we kind of ingest and what it looks like relationships should be or how they are portrayed. So hearing about the wives club and hearing that it's polar opposite and
Mhm.
that you take time to celebrate and you only have 5 minutes to kind of vent and this isn't a tear down session but a build up session is so refreshing. So I just have to congratulate you again on that concept. Why do you say, or why would you think that building um, this community is important? Why is this something that is needed in the community, especially in the community of sisterhood?
So I'm just reminding us, I'm not building anything. This is again something that we've always done. We have forgotten. I
Hmm.
think that we have forgotten that this is how we did things. In a previous life, I lived in a very enclosed, very sheltered Islamic community, and
Hmm.
the women were so supportive of each other. The
Hmm.
women came together. We didn't work outside of the home. Our jobs were to maintain our religion, our families, our spouse. And so through that, we all came together and did that. I'm just reminding us that that's what we did. We are tribal people, and so we always come to the tribe and ask the tribe for help and bring the tribe in, and we never did this by ourselves. So
Yeah.
I'm not building anything. I'm just reminding and extending the invitation. What it really is the women that accept. They're the ones that's building it. The women that
Mhm.
accept and come, those are the building blocks. All I'm doing is reminding and saying, "Hey, do you ladies remember we used to do this? Let's do it some more." They're saying yes, I'm here.
Mhm.
And the one that we had in I think it was January was so extremely encouraging.
Mhm.
Really, really helped. I mean, by the time we sat and talked with this one wife about some of her things that she was going through, she was honest. And we sat around, and it wasn't only that we were helped because she did open the floor for help, for advice. We were giving her advice, but it was a reflection into our own marriages. Like, I need to, I need to do better at this. Because here I am looking at her situation, like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But I'm like, wait a minute, is my back door clean? Like, is my house clean? Am I doing that? Could I possibly be making my spouse feel like this? And when I say spouse, it's a wives club. So we have women that are also married to other women.
Mhm.
It's a wives club. So it's not a wife and your husband club, it's a wives club. So if you are identified as a wife, then come on into the room.
Yeah.
Because that's neither here nor there. But
Mhm.
being able to support your sister absolutely brings reflection back to yourself and says, makes you say, am I doing all that I can be doing for the
Mhm.
benefit of my marriage?
Mhm.
And again, I am not building it. They come and then they engage in these conversations. So I'm appreciative of that. I
Yes.
just I'm just a roof
Yes. I love
and
everything about it.
the roof and the Evite.
I love everything about it. I also really am cognizant of the fact that to be able to look past yourself and put yourself out there to support other women really is a testament of where you are in relation to yourself, right? It
Mhm.
really talks about the confidence that you have in yourself, right? And so, one of our missions and synchronicity for women is to help them build up that self esteem, that self worth, that self confidence, so that they don't feel inferior to anyone, especially their sisters. And when you build that up, you can be able to support and clap and scream loudly for anyone and not feel like it's taken away from you. So this is definitely a testament to that, and I'm so appreciative to hear about it. So this month, the month of February, the month of love, we've been focusing on relationships, healthy relationships with yourself. One
Mhm.
of the things that we have been talking about is being sex positive. Tell me, what does that mean to you, hearing the word sex positive?
Just the confidence in everything that you are.
Mhm,
We forget, especially as something happens when we become a mother. It's
mhm.
almost like our sexuality just leaves, and we're not supposed to have any form of sex unless it's to reproduce.
Right.
Being a wife is an interesting place. I have found that there's much less sex being a wife as I signed up for. I thought
Mhm.
that I would be having lots and copious amounts of sex. I found
Talk
that
about
once I put that white hat on, it's like, oh shoot! So life sometimes gets the front row seat, and then sometimes I have to get in the back. And so sometimes being sexual and being in a sexual place can be challenging. So when I
it.
think of positive sexuality, it's just being comfortable with who you are, what you want, what you like, and really fully enveloping that and being confident in it.
Yeah, loving it. Women have been socialized to be almost ashamed of our body, of being sexual beings that can only receive pleasure. What could be some examples of sexual affirmations for other wives, right?
So I think great. So I think that you know being able to be honest with yourself is fantastic. And it really is the beginning of everything. So anytime that I I encounter a woman that is not, she's a little shy about sex or shy about her body or shy about this, I'm like, you need to identify the things that you want. What do you want?
Mhm.
What do you want out of out of yourself?
Mhm.
I think that one of the first things we start with is just self-confidence. And
Mhm.
that is something, and I have an exercise because
Mhm.
I struggled with self-confidence. I had to force myself to be confident in who I was
Yeah.
and who I am. And I remember there was a time I was very, very, very unhappy with a lot of things about me.
Mhm.
And I have done this with my daughter because she was younger at that time, but she was having issues. And I didn't do this exactly with her, but I told her, stand in front of a mirror every single day, naked, and start from the hair follicle
Mhm.
and lift yourself up and down.
Mm.
Say, my forehead is beautiful. My eyebrows are beautiful. My eyelids are beautiful. My nose is beautiful. And when you come to that area, my three chins are beautiful. They
Mhm.
are amazing. And every time I get to that place and I want to say it because
Mhm.
I'm like, the three chins, yeah, each and every one of them. Each
Yes.
and every one of them. It's freaking beautiful. It's amazing and it should be there. It should be there
Mhm.
because I've done this. I've survived this. And so that meant that I had a couple more donuts. But that's what I did that got me through this. And so each and every one of those chins are beautiful. My stomach, oh, homegirl, she got a life of her own down here. All right.
Yes.
And I still stand in the mirror and say, you're beautiful. You're
Yes.
beautiful. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for holding me, for supporting me, for being there. And so you got a little bigger. It's okay
Mhm.
with me. So to being able to affirm each part of your body and do this for 30 days,
Yeah.
I guarantee you on the next month, you're going to feel so much better about yourself. Then we can go into what do I want sexually? How do I want to physically or sexually feel good? I think masturbating is a mandatory thing. I think every woman should masturbate, not as
Mhm.
often as she does, but pretty darn often
Yeah.
to be
That's right.
to in commune with herself. There is nothing, there's no pleasure I think that someone can give you that is bigger than the pleasure that you can give yourself. Once you have that and you know that you harness the power to bring yourself to pleasure, it's an amazing thing. And so
Yeah.
I think some affirmations would be, like I said, to tell your each part of your body how amazing you are. Find out what you like sex or what you want sexually, and then to create and then to create from there, to be able to create the affirmations from there of what do I want sexually, what do I love, do I love this being touched, do I love that being touched, yeah, I like it, yeah, I like my
Mhm.
booty. That's all right. That's
Yeah.
all right. Of course you
Mhm.
do.
Mhm. That's right. That's right.
That doesn't make me perverse. It doesn't make me this. It doesn't make me that. It makes me freaking human,
Mhm.
a woman. And so those will be my affirmations.
Good stuff. I love it. And I just wanted to chime in and say it's very difficult. Like I tell my clients, when we are going through sex therapy, it's very difficult to tell another person, tell a partner what it is that you like if you don't know what you like. Right. And so making sure that you understand your body and how it operates and how it functions and what turns you on and what turns you off and what you're in love with, what makes you queasy is important. Right. And so definitely cheers to what you're saying. Okay. Why would you say being a wife is important? And I ask you this because we are embarking on a generation where things are being lost, right? And so generations behind us do not look at marriage in the same way,
Mhm.
right? They don't think that it is important. My daughter, she is Generation Z, I believe, and she says to me, "Oh, that is just the way of control. That's the way of the government trying to control you. You don't need a license or a piece of paper to say that you're in love." So Tell us why a wife is important.
When I hear things like that, I just, oh youth, oh youth, And so I don't have any opposition to that.
Mhm,
I don't. I fine, then don't get married.
mhm,
Wait, give it some time. Um,
mhm.
I definitely believe that marriage is a construct under God, and I believe that. I believe that marriage is a construct under God. If you are not interested with the way that God looks at you and your activities, then I
Mhm,
can definitely see. You saying you don't want to get married. I say wait,
mhm,
wait until you meet that person and fall in love with them and want to spend the rest of your life with them.
mhm.
Wait until you meet that person that you can't wait to see them in the morning and you
Yeah.
want them to be the last person you see before you go to bed at night. Wait until you want to build a life with them. You want to have children with them. You want to buy property with them. You want to educate yourself with them. You want to travel with them. You will find you want to get married.
Yeah.
It's just a natural progression. And I have no opposition to someone that says they don't want to get married. Don't get married.
Mhm.
That's your life. But I will say that there is a security.
Mm.
Oh, I got a security
Preach about it.
in marriage.
Mhm.
There is a a comfort that says you are not going anywhere.
Mhm.
We can fight and make up or not. You're not going anywhere. I'm
Mhm.
not going anywhere. No one is leaving this. We can throw down. I can whatever. You can whatever. In the end of the day, you have to come back here. You're not actually going anywhere. And that is a security that you don't have when you're just in a relationship. When you don't even have it when you're engaged. Because
Yes.
you can both still walk away. We're good.
Why is she rolling down my alley?
When listen, and it's a comfort.
Mhm.
And I'm telling you, it's a comfort to say, you mad? Okay. Okay. Be mad. I re- you will come back here because you are committed. You are locked in here. You have to come back here. But so when people say they don't want it, okay, just give it some time and see how you feel in 10 years. But wait until you meet that other person that believes in marriage, that says,
Yes.
no, we have to get married.
Yes.
You can have your values, but when you meet that other person that's like, what? No, we have to get married. Oh, you're going to get married. If you meet somebody that doesn't also have the same mindset and philosophy as you, then it's hey, go on.
Yes. All right.
But you won't you'll never get into, and you may never want to get into the, but there is a security in marriage that you
Yes.
don't get unless you're married. But
Yes.
I wish everyone to get married.
Thank you for that. In love with it. So, because for the purposes of time, let us know what stress reduction techniques that you currently utilize, and also give us an email for anyone who is interested in joining the Wives Club. I'm hoping that I will be cashing in my membership the end of
Yes,
this year. But
yes.
tell us what stress reduction techniques you currently utilize.
I got a crap load of them because my life is stressful.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah, oh gosh. So I do so many things. I definitely pray. Prayer is really, really important. I pray and I chant. I also take 5-minute breaks in between every prayer just for a mindful breathing,
Yes.
intentional deep inhaling and exhaling. I love aromatherapy, so I light some incense. I'll play some meditation music and just kind of zone out for 5 minutes each day. I
Mhm.
also believe in taking baths. I do yoni steams. I take as many walks as possible. I
Mhm.
exercise, and really, I sit in the massage chair at Planet Fitness. But I try to get on the treadmill for a little while before I do that.
Mhm.
Um, but I also commune with people and have a good time and have game nights and all of those things to me, reduce stress.
Yes. Love that.
And my email address is, I have no problem giving it. It's Sharif. SHARISSE, as in cat, Austin, like Texas, Sharice Austin at gmail.com.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for waking up with us. Thank you for giving us some insight on the Wives Club. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on everything included in these relationships and helping us, helping this community and this thing called life. Until next time, I am sending you all my love and light. You take care. Thanks so much.
Thank you. The same to you. So long. Have a beautiful day.
Have a good one. Bye bye.